I did this crazy interview the other day.
Next Monday, we got Recovery Mondays.
Recovery
so if
Mondays.
you are currently drunk or you plan on being drunk or otherwise inebriated, I got Hydrogen Monday. There's a company called HHO Hydrogen, and I definitely deal in hydrogen, my boy.
Hold up, what time?
It's probably gonna be when the fourth moon hits the quarter of the scepter of Ion. Then the eye of Horus will open, and you shall see the true power of hydrogen. That's what it is.
What the? Obviously, this encounter made me very curious about Hydrogen Mondays. And after a ton of research and not a whole lot of answers, I did the only thing a sane person could do. I came to Hydrogen Mondays.
It says it's closed, but don't worry about it. Brad's over here on the microscope.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, dude. You gotta have a Chanel number 5 inside of your clinic, otherwise what are you doing? I stand for women's beauty and health and wellness.
So could you explain to me a little bit more about what this hydrogen phenomena is and why it's taking Tokyo by storm?
Essentially, this is rehydrating your mitochondria, and we have these hydrogen machines, and the cool thing is that these are 2,000 cc's. I have no idea what that means, but it's gonna be a real thing. I'm definitely gonna do it. I'm definitely totally gonna learn all about hydrogen. I'm gonna get a lab coat. I'm gonna get glasses. I'm gonna get the lanyard.
So how did you find out about Hydrogen Mondays?
I'm dying.
And how long have you been going to Hydrogen Mondays?
Well, this is my first time.
Oh, okay. Do you feel your cells getting hydrogenized?
I don't know about hydrogenized, but
Something was amiss with this hydrogen. Both of these guys, one was dying, the other one didn't really feel hydrogenized. Why is that? I had to find out for myself. And as I was analyzing these medical pamphlets, I was about to get asked something crazy.
Do you mind if we take your blood? We're not gonna do anything bad with it. Also, don't worry about it, dude. It's fine. Nah, his name is actually
At this point, I just, what did I get myself into?
1,000 cc's of pure hydrogen. Look at that. This is our fuchsia pink version of the hydrogen machine. And I mean, this is some of the best hydrogen you can get. One-time use. This is disposable. These are going about 10 grand a pop. And you won't want to miss out. Hydrogen goes for a lot.
What am I looking at here?
That's all you need right there. In Japan.
It turns out what you're looking at here is actually a trademark issued from the Japanese Patent Office that trademarks the logo above. It doesn't really do much.
This is an Olympic athlete.
That is
So this is Mr. Ran
have a big ass.
Takahashi. He's a Japan national team captain, volleyball. 2.7 million followers, obviously, he's a big guy. So he would be doing our hydrogen for athletic performance, for production of ATP. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate, right? So that's a key component in your mitochondria that allows the burst of energy for high peak athletic performance. So I was in Moscow last month.
You said?
Yeah, in Moscow.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so I'm presenting in front of salon owners, potentially opening a salon owner, as well as doctors, a lot of doctors.
Right.
And also legal people who are involved in setting up medical treatment centers, and also government officials were there. Putin had sent people in.
Wow.
So these kind of movement, I'm sensing that this year there's a lot of people starting to catch on globally.
Right.
What is it? Because we are creating essentially a Rolls Royce of hydrogen gas machine.
A Rolls Royce of hydrogen gas.
You look online, hydrogen machine, molecular hydrogen, which I put in quote now and state officially, we don't do molecular hydrogen, which is 99% of our market in
Right.
hydrogen.
Right.
But the reason why I'm saying that is because we do atomic hydrogen. Atomic hydrogen is more effective for the body because it is a scavenger, meaning atomic structure is polarity-wise, it's scavenging for a positively charged oxidants. Oxidants are usually positively charged. Oxidants obviously are not good for you. So if, for example, you were to, put it into perspective, anything from UV light to, getting on an airplane, so that's a radiation, to smoking, drinking, alcohol, pollution. That's a big one. Inflammation. So anything like that is an oxidative stress.
Right.
So basically, that's why you feel, or anybody feels heavy on a Monday morning. Why? Because you might be drinking a lot. You went to the beach on a Sunday. You went to smoke whatever you're smoking and hanging out, not sleeping much because you're partying, whatever. You're gonna wake up Monday feeling heavier than normal. That's fine. I think that's the idea. I think people can have more health conscious way of living and also a solution to that health consciousness. You can't just be waking up earlier and drinking more water, you know, like there should be a more concrete solution to your health consciousness. So here we are presenting atomic hydrogen called HHO by Miwa Kankyo, which is my company.
And how long have you guys been in operation manufacturing hydrogen?
I would say during COVID, we noticed that there's a lot of people getting sick. So we wanted to create a device that allows medical professionals and also individual to have easier access to clearing up the inflammation in the lungs to save people. So we partnered with a bunch of doctors in Japan and also Chinese doctors who were doing a lot of research in doing hydrogen-related therapies for the asthmatic sort of inflammatory problems that COVID times have endured in our people.
Right, right. And so in terms of your organization, who is a part of your organization? Is it just you here in Tokyo, or who else is part?
No, we produce in Kanagawa, as well as right now we are starting a new manufacturing facility near Hiroshima. And so right now it's a network. So let's say my family, me, my mother, and a bunch of engineers. We partnered with an ex-engine developer of Nissan Skyline GTR,
Right.
who specializes particularly in electrolysis of hydrogen gases.
I see.
So he has come into our team to develop the patent, the design, and
Right.
the special and safe, effective hydrogen gas production within the chamber, which is our patent,
Gotcha.
our special IP.
And so inside that thing right there,
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
pure concentrated hydrogen atomically?
So in an atmospheric pressure, which is planet Earth today,
Right.
you could only create 67% of hydrogen gas in concentration. There's a difference between purity and concentration.
Right.
Now, when I say purity, a lot of molecular hydrogen, when we say molecular hydrogen, other Chinese or whatever Taiwanese manufacturers, they will claim 99%, but that doesn't mean it is the concentration. Concentration is what we're aiming for. So there's 33% part oxygen and 67 part hydrogen gas.
I see.
So this is what naturally can occur on Earth, and it is also effective for you to breathe both hydrogen and oxygen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so during the therapy, you're breathing both hydrogen and oxygen?
Yeah. Because if you go to a hyperbaric chamber type of recovery centers
Right.
who offer hydrogen gas, there'll be two machines with two tubes coming from left side, which is the hydrogen gas, and another tube coming from the right side, which is oxygen.
Right.
Which it doesn't make sense because you're basically mixing something externally that's kind of unnatural.
Right. Right.
And also in my industry, safety is a number one concern. And of course, our testing team, we have certification with CE. CE is the European standard of electrical component safety standard, and we also have certification with UKCA, so the British one as
I
well.
see, I see.
And we're now in process for the American as well, so that we can sell globally,
Right.
country
Right.
by country.
And the main issue with the product would be the flammability of highly concentrated hydrogen, or what?
We don't use the word flame because we cannot actually create a dangerous fire using HHO gas,
Right.
because it's a low temperature fire. So if you burn propane or alcohol, it's a high temperature fire, whereas a low temperature fire, you can put your hand in there and you might burn yourself after 5 to 10 seconds, but not immediately.
I see.
But it will melt tungsten in less than 3 seconds
Wow.
because it's dependent on the carbon molecules. The fire reacts to carbon molecules.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
And tungsten has a higher concentration of them?
yes, it's basically density depends on the molecular structure of the carbon.
Right.
But what hydrogen is doing is it's taking away that bonding structure, so it then melts easily.
I see. I see. I'll ask you, it's going to be like, so you were talking about your customers, and I wanted to ask,
All right.
do you help out any Yakuza as well?
Oh, that's a good question. So I was dating this girl, and she was a daughter of a very high-ranking Yakuza guy. I cannot, mention any name, but every Yakuza guy, as you may know, drinks a lot, smokes a lot, and plays a lot of golf.
Right.
And so basically I put a machine in her house, and later, he comments like, "Oh wow, I can swing better. I get more accurate yardage in the golf course, and I'm not as hangover," which is expected. Hangover is one of the easier fix, but I mean, I don't mind benefiting any community as long as they are happy customers. So.
And this is the part where he showed me that they do this treatment for dogs as well.
Actually, we had a doctor from Kyrgyzstan who, of course, uses our machine in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. She was using this goggle device for children. Now, when you say why children, because a lot of children are born with autism, right? And autism is heavily connected to the heavy metals that are collected in the brain. So when you take care of the heavy metals in the brain, a lot of the children's autistic behavior started to dissipate or disappear. So later, when we did the test again after 50, 60 sessions, the children's brain activity function increased, meaning their autism are essentially getting cured by using goggles. So this is a pretty new development, and I think the whole Western world could benefit if they are aware of such treatments. So yeah, you gotta try this later.
All right, perfect. Perfect.
The facts are that hydrogen gas will react. Oh, hold on. Actually, that's a hole in everything right now. I need to look at these equations and see if they're endo or exothermic. Because if they're endothermic, then they require a certain amount of activation energy. And if that activation energy is lower than human body temperature, then we're still in the clear. But if it's higher, if it requires 200 degrees, then no. Oh, okay. So what the fuck? So this is an exothermic reaction. Mercury's exothermic, so that one will happen spontaneously. This one is also exothermic. We're 2 for 2 for lead.
What the fuck?
I was really, really hoping that this poked a hole. We're 3 for 3 for arsine.
Is that arsenic? Arsenic turns into arsine?
Arsenic, we're 3 for 3. Okay. Let me find the cadmium one real quick. This is... You shouldn't tell people this.
So I should leave it out.
I just feel like it's wrong.
We can't say that this cures autism. But what we can say is that based off of these chemical reactions, it may remove heavy elements from your system, and those have been highly linked to autism.
I wouldn't... You can't say it may remove. You can say it will change... Like, it will bond with the heavy elements, and it will change them into new compounds. And an entirely different line of research is required to see if those compounds are more processable by your body.
So there you have it. Is this a cure for autism? I don't know, man. I'm not a doctor. Please consult your doctor before going through and doing any sort of medical treatments. For the love of Christ. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. What the heck was this video, man?